Welcome to my kitchen sink. I got a bucket here and I'm going to be using the kitchen sink to fill up this bucket, and then I'm going to take this bucket by bucket upstairs and put it into the aquaponics system. So that's going to take a little while, but the reason I'm doing it from my kitchen sink is because I have here a carbon filter. Now, since I'm filling up with tap water contains chlorine, and chlorine prevents bacteria from growing. So that's not a good thing for aquaponics because we need the bacteria for the cycling process. So, hopefully, this will help filter out some of the chlorine. It's kind of a cheap one, so I'm not expecting it to get all the chlorine out. But after running the water through the aquaponics system for a day or two, the chlorine should pretty much get out of the water because the chlorine is a gas. So it just kind of leaves the water by itself if you just give it enough time. So here we go. Fill her up. And put it up into the aquaponics system. Okay. I have now filled up the fish tank with 80 liters of water. If you filled it up to the very, very top, this tank would actually hold 105 liters. But right now, I have it up, water level, up to the second lip right there, which is 80 liters, almost exactly. And I'm ready to try out this plumbing system for the first time. So I'm going to turn the pump on. The water's going to pump up and fill the grow bed for the very first time. So what's going to happen is this much of the grow bed will never drain. This much water will always stay in the grow bed because of how I've made my bell siphon. Then about this much will flood, drain, flood, drain, flood, drain, and the very top inch or two will never get wet, so hopefully algae won't grow. So the first time I fill the grow bed, I'm going to lose about this much water, because this much water will stay in the grow bed. So I'm very curious to see, after the first fill and drain, how much water is staying in here. Let's find out. Let's turn it all on and see what happens. All right. So we got some water flow up top. Extra water flow down bottom. Look at all that beautiful aeration. Very first fill of the grow bed. Obviously I'm going to need to adjust how much water is coming out into the grow bed, because the speed of the water, the rate of the water flowing into the grow bed, whether it's too fast or too slow, will either make the bell siphon start or stop. So I'm going to have to tweak that, but so far so good. Okay, so we are almost full to the top of the drain pipe. So what I'm going to do is stick in the bell siphon, and we should momentarily have our first auto siphon test. Oh, you can see already a little bit of water coming out. Oh, there it goes. I'm going to kill the pump. Pump is off. So, we got about this much water remaining always in here. So I first started with 80 liters here. Now I'm down to about 65 liters. So that means 15 liters of water is trapped in here. Now I'm going to top this tank back up to 80 liters. I'm going to put another 15 liters of water back in there, give it another cycle, and then I'm going to look to see, just before the auto siphon starts, how low does the water level get in the fish tank. Okay, so after a few modifications, I've got the whole system working as far as the plumbing goes. I've got the rate just right here. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to fill up the grow bed, and filling up the grow bed is about 30 liters to fill it up. 10 or 15 minutes at this rate to fill it up, and it drains out in about a minute or a minute and a half. And you can see the excess water, because the pump is stronger than it needs to be, so the excess water gets just dumped back into the fish tank, providing further aeration. And there you have it. Everything is up and running. Now it's just time to introduce the living things to the system. That would be the fish, bacteria, and the plants.